start by introducing the theme of the video, whether intelligence is a blessing or a burden. You can begin with some background context about how society often views intelligence as a gateway to success, happiness, and personal fulfillment. However, not many people are aware of the hidden struggles that come with having a high IQ, and it's these challenges that you'll explore in detail. In this introduction, you could touch on how many people assume that being intelligent automatically translates into a happier or more successful life. Introduce the concept of intellectual isolation, how gifted individuals can feel separate or misunderstood by their peers, even though their intelligence may seem like a universal advantage. You could also reference some famous intellectually gifted people, discussing whether their lives reflect societal ideals of success and fulfillment. Mention the role of expectations, both self-imposed and external, and how these can create emotional and mental pressures. This sets the stage for a deeper dive into the complex relationship between intelligence, happiness, and life satisfaction. This section can explore Lewis Terman's Stanford Binet intelligence scales in more depth. You can provide historical context, Terman's fascination with intelligence, the rise of the IQ test, and how the Stanford Binet study was revolutionary in assessing intellectual capacity in children. Break down Terman's study into more specific terms, what the research entailed, the key findings, and how his observations shaped modern attitudes toward intelligence. You could mention how Terman tracked the lives of highly intelligent children to see how their intelligence affected their outcomes in adulthood. Discuss how his research showed that high IQ individuals didn't always find more success or happiness, and elaborate on the surprising fact that many of these individuals faced unique challenges like depression, social isolation, and career dissatisfaction. Expand on how IQ tests became a cultural benchmark for measuring intelligence, yet they missed other important aspects of emotional and social well-being, as well as how these gaps continue to influence public perceptions of intelligence today. The first major challenge is the burden of expectations. Discuss how intellectually gifted individuals often set incredibly high standards for themselves, both consciously and unconsciously. Use examples or anecdotes about how a person's high intelligence might lead them to aim for perfection in academic or professional pursuits. Discuss the emotional consequences of these unattainable goals, including frustration, disappointment, and feelings of inadequacy when they fall short. Expand on the impact of external expectations, family, friends, teachers, and society at large on the psyche of intelligent individuals. Explore how this can manifest in stress and pressure, leading to burnout or even depression, especially when the pressure to succeed becomes overwhelming. Here, focus on how highly intelligent individuals tend to overanalyze situations and their own actions, often to their detriment. Describe the mental processes that lead to overthinking, such as constantly reevaluating decisions or obsessing over hypothetical situations. Explore how this can create a cycle of anxiety, where the individual is unable to let go of negative thoughts or potential mistakes. Delve deeper into the impact of overthinking on everyday life. For instance, intelligent people may find it difficult to unwind or fall asleep because their minds are always racing. They may struggle to enjoy simple pleasures as they are constantly thinking about larger, more abstract concepts. You could also explain how overthinking can paralyze decision-making. By overanalyzing every possible outcome, intelligent people may end up doing nothing at all, missing opportunities because they're stuck in a mental loop. You might incorporate real-life stories or psychological research to underscore this point, highlighting how anxiety is often heightened in individuals with high IQs. Dive into the social aspects of intelligence, discussing how intellectual giftedness can create a disconnect between highly intelligent individuals and their peers. Start by explaining how communication can be a barrier. Intelligent people may use more complex language, discuss topics that don't interest the average person, or find themselves unable to relate to common social interactions. Explore how this can lead to loneliness and isolation. Discuss how highly intelligent individuals might withdraw socially because they feel misunderstood or because they've experienced rejection or judgment for their abilities. Even within friendships, they may struggle to connect on an emotional level with others, leading to feelings of alienation. You could include psychological studies that show how social isolation negatively impacts mental health, leading to further depression or anxiety. Additionally, talk about how some highly intelligent individuals cope by becoming introverted or highly self-reliant, which can sometimes make it harder to form meaningful relationships. One of the most profound struggles that many highly intelligent people face is the acute awareness of the limits of their own knowledge. Discuss how intelligence often brings with it a heightened sense of self-awareness, where individuals recognize not only their strengths but also their weaknesses. This can lead to a deep-seated anxiety or frustration with the realization that no matter how smart they are, there is always more to learn, more problems to solve, and more limitations to overcome. Elaborate on how this self-awareness can cause distress, as intelligent individuals may feel they're falling short even when they are highly accomplished by societal standards. This section can explore the psychological concept of the imposter syndrome, where highly capable individuals feel like frauds, constantly doubting their abilities and achievements. Expand on how emotional challenges can impact their personal relationships, workplace dynamics, and overall life satisfaction. You could include examples of how this disconnect between intellectual and emotional intelligence leads to misunderstandings or conflicts in their social and professional lives. This section can cover the fascinating paradox that, despite being intellectually gifted, many highly intelligent individuals still struggle with decision-making. Talk about how intelligence doesn't necessarily protect against personal biases or flawed reasoning. For example, explain how intelligent individuals might overthink situations to the point where they fail to make decisions or fall prey to analysis paralysis. Include examples of common cognitive biases such as confirmation bias or the Dunning-Kruger effect, and explain how even the smartest individuals are not immune to these mental traps. Discuss how overanalyzing situations can sometimes lead to missed opportunities or prevent intelligent individuals from taking action. End on a hopeful note by discussing how understanding these challenges can help individuals cope better. Encourage viewers to reflect on their own experiences or those of people they know who may be intellectually gifted, and remind them that intelligence is just one aspect of a person's identity. Finally, invite viewers to share their thoughts in the comments section, ask questions, and engage with the content further by subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell.